It's the final few seconds before the lights go out, and the race to the podium begins. You know this battle will be won off the track as well as on it. You've studied your tactics, anticipated every move like a grandmaster. You've researched and analyzed, modified and fine-tuned to perfection. You have honed your instincts to give you an edge over your rivals. Your drivers focused, your team ready. The championship in the balance. First past the checkered flag, the goal. Epic victory or ultimate failure. There is only a heartbeat between them. Motorsport Manager. Take control.
Hello everyone, this is Aaron Pitch from ATF Gaming coming to you on the Team KAOS channel today with a brand new series. I know, I haven't had a series on the channel for a while since KAOS Craft Vanilla ended, but we are here today with Motorsport Manager. This is a game that I play a lot on my own time, but I've never actually sat down and recorded it. So we're going to see how it goes. We're going to see if this is something you guys would like to see on the channel in the future or not. So we are playing Motorsports Manager with the Fire Fantasy 19 Formula 1 mod. So it has all of the current Formula 1 drivers in it. As well as, since it's a fantasy mod, it has some additional quirks to it. And among those additional quirks is there's two extra teams. There is Mana Racing and there is... where's the other one? Yes, this one, Alpine Racing. Alpine and Manor. For some reason, I thought that looked like the McLaren logo for a second, but then if I look just slightly to the right, I see that McLaren's there. So, we got the 10 F1 teams plus those two Manor and Alpine Racing. And we'll show you the drivers there in a minute. But I think you guys know what we're going to do. I'm an American guy. This is F1, so we got to go with Haas Formula 1. And we got to take it to the next level. We got to take it to a championship level. As you can see, we're pretty bad in most categories. We have a good car, it looks like, is what that is. But we got a budget of $6 million to start out with. We're expected to finish in the championship 7th out of 12, so that's definitely doable. But we got low pressure, so I'm not too worried about it. So let's sign her up with Haas F1 Racing here. And there's the Fire Fantasy mod and the authors there. Alright, so here is the main menu. This is the screen you're going to be seeing a lot of. We got all of our various tabs of things to do here. We've got two things that are urgent, so let's check out the mail here. We'll start at the bottom. From Natalie Brewer, our assistant. We have, hey Aaron, welcome to the Haas Formula Racing. We are all delighted that you've chosen to start your managerial career with us here. Hopefully there are some great times ahead. I'm Natalie. I'll keep you up to date with everything going on around the team. That should be all for now. Good luck. We got welcome messages from our two drivers, Roman Grosjean. Hi boss, so excited to be working with you. I grew up watching you racing. This is going to be great. I just know it. I get on really well with Kevin Magnussen, so I hope you're going to keep us all feeling like one big happy family. I think I've got a chance to win the title this year. I'm an outsider for sure, but with a great season, I think I can do it. I appreciate the optimism, but that ain't happening. And that you get on really well with Kevin Magnussen also feels like a bit of a falsehood there. But now from Kevin Magnussen, I used to be a fan of yours back when you were racing. We're looking forward to seeing what you can bring to the team this season. Roman Grosjean and I get on okay, but I'm going to be working my socks off to prove to you that I'm a much better driver. Looks like we've got a great chance at winning some silverware this season, boss. So let's give it our best shot. Peace. Nice ending. From Ben, oh my goodness, Ben Agathangelo. If any of you know how to say that better, let me know in the comments. This is our lead designer. Okay, so I'll be saying his name a lot, unfortunately. Hi Aaron, welcome from myself and all the guys in the design facility. You're one hell of a driver back in the day. If you're anywhere near that good as a boss, then we're in for a good season. On the HQ front, our design facility is pretty decent, but there's always room for improvement. On the car front, we could definitely use some work on our rear wing. It's lagging behind the competition, and we could do with an upgrade. Anyway, I look forward to working with you, Ben. We're just going to call you Ben. We're going to ignore whatever that is, as is your last name. We got Elias Alves. What is with these names? That guy, I think, is a real dude, but this guy is not. Hi, Aaron. As head of scouting department, and since you've only just joined the team, I've taken the liberty of preparing a report on our 3 drivers. Got Romain Grosjean. Romain is not one of the best drivers in F1. He doesn't have a huge amount of potential, so we shouldn't expect him to improve very much at all. Romain's strength is his feedback, but he's a bit crash happy. I will keep an eye on him when he's out on the track. Wow. Not holding any punches here. Predicted end of the season 8th. Okay. We got Kevin Magnussen. Kevin is a below average driver in F1, but it's probably not worth staking a huge amount on his potential for improvement, as he's operating near to the limits of his driving ability. Kevin's fitness is his strength, but his biggest flaw is his focus. Predicted end of season position is 11th. Okay, and then our reserve driver is Pietro Fittipaldi. Pietro is one of the weakest drivers within Formula 1. It's probably not worth staking a huge amount on his potential for improvement, as he's operating near to the limits of his driving ability. Pietro's best quality is his focus, and his weakness is overtaking. We only have a short amount of time until the start of the season, so if you want to make any changes, you better be quick. Whatever your name is. Alright, we got a message from Gene Haas. Hi, Aaron. It's the start of a new season, so we need to clarify just how well you think that your team's going to do this season, with such the payment amount that I give you after each race. I think we have a chance of achieving something decent this season. I predict that we will come 7th in the team championship this season. Where do you think we'll finish? Let me see where we are with the car. We're 6th overall on the car. Pit crew, we've got some work to do. Staff, we got some work to do. Headquarters and driver, we got some work. But the car is good, and that's the main thing. So I'm going to go with 7th there. So we're going to get $2.5 million per race, so that will help offset some of the budget issues we're inevitably going to have. Message from John Todd. Aaron Fitch, as Formula 1 racing is going to be using 3-stage qualifying this year. Yeah, I know all about it. And then introduction to pit crew, I know all about that. So, let's just take a look at some of these tabs here. So we got the main home screen. We got the player screen, which is basically just telling me all about my success. We got the mail, which we just checked out. We got the car screen, which is where we would design new parts, fit parts, improve parts, and edit delivery if we wanted to, as well as see how we are doing on all the various parts. HQ, which is where we can build new buildings like a helipad and a hand. How do you not have a handling development center? Wow, if we had more money, I'd do that right away. And upgrade all these various buildings to make life a little easier. Got the team menu, which kind of just shows where everything is, who you got hired, your chairman and his happiness and all that. Got our drivers, which we've talked about already. Our staff, which has that guy, along with this guy and Gary. Gary, you might be the worst of all. Actually, no, Ben's pretty bad. But Gary, because of your name, I might keep you around for a while. Then we got pit crew, which is actually our first task here today. So we've got 4 tire changers, a front jack, a rear jack, and 2 people who repair. So right now we are on 12, 13s, and 14s for everything. So let's see if there's anybody who would be better. This guy's pretty good at everything, so I think we're going to hire him up. Hey Kirk, welcome to the squad, fam. He's best at rear jack, so I think I'm going to put him... No, that's a 14 already. For now, we're going to put him on tires because that's replacing a 12. But in the future, we might put him on something else. Was there anybody else worth hiring? This guy's pretty good as well on the front jack, so let's take him up. And then that upgraded to a 15, so we will make that swap. But this guy's really good at the tires, so we'll move that. And there we go. Now we've made some decent upgrades. Now we're going to have to keep an eye on their stamina and their mistake percentage so that we don't have a high likelihood of mistakes. So we might have to swap out some people every now and then. Scouting. Scouting is something we're going to need to do pretty early on because, as this guy said earlier, we have a pretty crappy group of drivers with us. So I'm just going to throw a bunch of people on scouting after we get through this introduction here. Finances, we've got current estimated income per race of 1.6 million. We could request additional funds if we're getting low, and then we can set the budget for next year's car. We're going to leave it on medium for now. Sponsors, here we are. That is no longer a sponsor, but we've got 1, 2, 3 open slots. So the fact that we're making that much money even with those open slots is pretty good. We'll get offers for those at some point, I'm sure. But our marketability is pretty darn low right now, so I don't think we're going to get any good people. We got the standings, and we got the calendar, and here's all the races we're going to. Some of these are based off of real F1 tracks, but obviously licensing and all that limits what they can do in this game. Alright, so that is your really, really long introduction to this series. Let's get started on some nitty-gritty. We need to improve some parts here. We will start with reliability. Engine reliability is always important, as well as gearbox reliability. We will start that. We only got 4 of the 8 possible slots, so that's not great. And then as far as improving performance, we'll put, no, not the gearbox. We'll put front wings only 800 and rear wing. We'll focus on the wings though, but I do want to kind of split things evenly here. There, so that'll be 4 days after the race, which isn't that bad. So there's that, and then we want to design a new part. That guy with the really long name said our rear wing was kind of lacking. We got 7th, 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 3rd on the brakes. Wow. 4th on that, and 5th on that. So yeah, we'll go with the rear wing here. So now we have some options to choose from. We could either go with plus 20 high-speed corners right away, plus 25 to max, which means this number, the current number, would not change, but the maximum number after upgrading would change. Or we could go with a 10 high-speed corners and plus 10 reliability. So I'm going to go with the plus 20 here because we are kind of looking for some immediate impact here. That'll be built 18 days before the race, and 2.7 days actually, so that will be a quick turnaround, it looks like. We'll spend that money. What else did I want to do? Well, that's pretty much it. Let's advance until that wing gets done, which is actually like right here. We got some news from Sky. New Haas Formula Race Manager announced. We're a little delighted to announce. Has a wealth of experience. Okay, yeah, whatever. Fan reaction to Fitch's appointment mixed, of course. And the rear wing is done. Alright, so let's pop that rear wing. We'll take one of these off. And then we will take one of the gearboxes off and throw that on there. And we'll move that over because that's definitely not going to make it the whole race. And we'll design another new part. We will go with, let's do a front wing now. Plus 20, 14 days before the race, another short build. Have we gotten any new sponsors offers yet? That's unfortunate. Moving ahead to that front wing getting built. Oh, we got an interview request with NBC with Lee Diffie. Alright, let's see what we got here. Haas Formula Racing is your new team, but it isn't the best team in F1. What's your plan? Let's see, it might not be one of the big boys, but I can promise that we're going to work our absolute, Remember the plant down solid foundation, the season about transitioning, I don't like that. Stabilizing. I'm going to go with this one, and that improves some morale here. Romain Grosjean is seen by fans as your top driver. Do you agree with that, or would you say Kevin Magnussen is better? I really don't like picking sides, so we're going to say I'm lucky to inherit 2 good drivers, and that improves morale again over here. In the NBC season preview, I wrote that you're expected to finish 7th. Is that accurate? Prediction seems fair, but I hope we can surprise you. We all remember you your time as a fan favorite racer a few years back, but will you be able to transfer your skills to the management game? Yeah, we'll say that. That improves some morale again. All good and dandy there. Alright, so I'm going to do some more management stuff, and I will see you at Sydney, where it looks like it's going to be raining in the race, so that'll be great. Alright, we actually just got some sponsor offers, so I thought I would interject here. They're all 2-star sponsored offers, but they're pretty short. So we got Alberto and Avex Group. Avex is offering more and it's a shorter deal, so we will accept that. We got one offer here from Duracell, sure. And slot 4, we've got Bic or Jonathan Birds. Let's see. Time's up by 7. They're about pretty equal. So I'm going to accept this upfront payment because we are running a little low on cash for the upgrade. So we now have a full roster. We got Jack and Jones, which you can't see. We got Bic, which is right there. We got Rich Energy, Duracell, way down there, Avex Group on the wing, and obviously Haas. So we're all set on sponsors for at least the next 7 races, so that's good. Alright, here we are ready to travel to Sydney. Here we got to select our tire compounds. This is pretty standard for me. We need to bring a bunch of ultra soft because we have the 3 rounds of qualifying, and obviously that's the tire we're going to use. And then I believe 4 of each. So 7, 4, 4 will be pretty typical as long as we still have 3 tire compounds. And part fitting, this will be where we have to figure out who's going to get what parts that we've built. Those are all the same. We will give Grosjean the new front wing. We will give Magnussen the new rear wing. This suspension just got finished the day before and is not ready to go. So we won't use that, but we'll give Grosjean the new suspension. So that is that. They're all, Grosjean's happy. Magnussen is okay, could be better. But let's head off to the Sydney GP and let's get practice underway. Alright, so here we are at practice. I'm just going to kind of show you the ins and outs of practice. We're not really going to go into it too much. You have to select your 2 drivers, but you can choose your reserve driver. And actually, I'm probably going to do that because Pietro has a better feedback than Kevin. This is something looking for the future. Pietro and Kevin Magnussen are pretty darn close on their overall rating, so we'll have to keep that in mind. We will start everybody off. We're going to have to load a setup from a previous game. We have Sydney Track A is where we're at. So let's load the Haas setup. That's all good. Put it on the softest tire to start. We will load that setup here as well. This actually needs a bit of tweaking. We'll go a little lower on the gear ratios for Pietro. Alright, so let's start here. We'll take the practice and I'll just kind of show you what I do for practice, but we won't go through all of it. So we first need to send everybody out on a qualifying lap, 1 lap, so we can kind of get a feel of the setup and see where things are. So let's do that real quick. Alright, so quite ironically, at least the minute before I paused, Fittipaldi was leading the session before Leclerc jumped up. So we've got, for Grosjean, great, okay, and good. We've got great, good, and excellent for Fittipaldi. So we know we need to lower the gear ratios for Grosjean. So we'll do that. Handling... We'll soften up the handling a little bit. That's gonna have to go quite a ways. Downforce is great, so we'll leave that. We'll send you out on another qualifying stint. Fittipaldi, you got great, good, and excellent. So we'll leave the great and the good, great and the excellent, and we will go a little softer on the stiffness, but then we need to bring that back, so we'll do that. Alright, you can go out on another qualifying one. And that's basically what it is. Once we lock in all 3 setups, then I'll start going out to race term and all that. So I'm going to do the rest of practice, and then we'll see you guys at qualifying. Alright, here we are for qualifying. We got 3-round qualifying. We need to bring in some knowledge, so we're obviously bringing ultra soft and qualifying term knowledge we got in practice. Here's where we ended up with setups. We got 1 good and 2 greats for Roman, and then Pietro got two greats and an excellent for Kevin Magnussen. So let's start qualifying. We will take this. Alright, do we have any rain? Doesn't look like it, so we will set a banker lap here with a fresh set of tires. We'll send out Roman first, and then we'll send out Kevin. Set a banker time, and then hopefully that's the only time we'll need. We should be able to get into Q2 pretty easily. Hopefully. Alright, so let's see. We got purple for Roman already. Obviously early going in the session, but still purple's a purple. We got a green for Kevin, so Roman's looking faster right now. 2 purples, 2 greens. And right now, Roman took the top spot. Meanwhile, Kevin just came across for second. Now, obviously, none of the fast runners have gone yet. As you can see, Sebastian Vettel just set a purple, and Hamilton just set a purple here. So, obviously, not going to last, but it's nice thinking. Apologies if this really fast screen gets a little annoying after a while. But we're 7th and 10th. I think that's good enough. We got over a half a second cushion on the threshold, so we're just going to sit in the pits here and relax and hopefully not have any surprises come our way. But right now it's Vettel, Hamilton, Bottas, Leclerc in the top 4 with the Red Bull boys coming up behind. Obviously this is before they switched around Gasly and Albon. But yeah, we're sitting pretty in 7th and 10th, so that's good. Alright, so eliminated in Q1 is Williams, Alpine, and Manu. This screen is going to be pretty typical right here. This is actually a good time to look. Alpine Racing has Fernando Alonso and Felipe Massa. Manor has Jean-Eric Verne and Stoffel Van Dorn. So, obviously all very capable drivers, but the team is pretty crap right now. So, this you're going to be seeing a lot of, and obviously Williams is Williams. So, let's move on to Q2. Alright, so Q2, remember, if we make it to Q3, the tire set that we use in this session is the one that we are going to end up using for the race. So we don't want to get stuck with a tire that we don't want. But we do have enough time to set 2 laps. We'll send out Kevin first. Let him go out for a bit of traffic, but that's fine. And we'll send out Roman. Send them out, and then once Kevin starts his lap, we'll slow things down here. And see where things are right now. Hopefully we can get both of our cars into Q3. We got purple for Magnussen, obviously early days, but that's to be expected. Already got taken away by Grosjean's actually faster. No, wait, he was faster last session too. That's right. So obviously Grosjean's doing quite well in qualifying. Second, he's behind Lance Stroll. That's not a good thing, but Grosjean is P1 currently ahead of both Stroll and Ricciardo, so I'm not worried about Grosjean. I am worried about Magnussen, though. But we do have quite a buffer, as you can see behind us. But I think I will send Magnussen out again. Yeah, definitely sending Magnussen out again. I think Grosjean's probably safe. But we will wait until, let's see, so 1:32, so we'll go 2 minutes left in the session to send him out again. I apologize if this episode might end up being a little long, but we did have to get some of that introductory stuff out of the way. Alright, new set of tires for Kevin. We will send you out. Roman, you are good, so I'm not going to worry about you. But the track grip is higher, so I expect it to go a little faster. 5 minutes of the session. We shouldn't have any issues crossing the line. 20 seconds to go. Looks like we're the last ones that are going to be completing our lap. So, oh, white. So that means he did not improve on his previous lap in that first sector. Second sector he did. We're passing a McLaren here, so that's not ideal. But let's see where he ends up. He does improve tonight. It didn't matter. It looked like he was going to slot in 11th. So really I didn't need to bring him out again, but that's fine. Hamilton's leading the session. We got both the drivers in the Q3, so that's good. We got Hulkenberg, Norris, both of the McLarens, both of the Alfa Romeos, Hulkenberg, and Alex Albon eliminated in that round. Alright, so let's move on to Q3. Alright, here we are in Q3. Oh, I do see a speckle of rain right there. I have to keep it on this, but right before the 5-minute mark, I don't know if YouTube compression might kill it, but there's a speckle of rain, so we need to send everybody out right now. As you can see, those tires are locked in. So go and go. Because there is some rain coming. Okay, you can kind of see it forming a little bit more now. But we need to get this lap done now, because otherwise we're not going to get a lap in. Who's first? It looks like Magnussen's first. Again, greens and purples. So far, we are one of the first cars to go out in the session, so that's understandable. But we need to get this lap done now before the rain comes in. Alright, so we've got first and second so far. Now the hope is that some of these faster cars might have the end of their lap impeded by this rain. And we might end up starting a little bit better than what we probably deserve. So far we're still 1 and 2. Yep, here comes the rain. And these guys are still finishing their laps. Hamilton still managed to beat us. So did Verstappen. And Vettel. And Bottas. But Gasly didn't, so that's good, and neither did Leclerc. So Gasly and Leclerc got impacted by the rain. We are done for the session. There's no more running to improve there. But, so we are 5th and 6th, so we obviously beat 2 of the top 6, so that's really good. Don't know why these guys are going out in intermediates, but you do you, fellas. But, yeah. So that's obviously a bonus of me being attentive and looking at the water on track. Just kind of a habit by now. But, oh, Danny Kvyat spun out in qualifying there. But doesn't look like there's any change. So we got Mercedes on the top, Vettel Verstappen, and then a Haas lockout on the 3rd row. So that is excellent. Excellent. Let's head off to the race itself. And it's raining in the race. Okay. Which means I believe we're going to have free choice of tires, if that's not mistaken. Yes, we do have free choice of tires. It's going to be a short rain, but it's going to rain long enough that the intermediates are worth it. We'll take in medium knowledge, because I do think we might be able to make it to the end when it goes dry on the mediums. It'll be tight, but it's very possible. Our car setup's all good. And driver strategy for starting the race. We will go on high fuel burn, push on the tires. We don't want to overheat the tires too much. So, alright, let's go. We got Bottas, Hamilton, Vettel, Verstappen, and then us on the 3rd row. Alright, let's see what we got here. Trying to get a good vantage point. Oh, tough start for Bottas there. We've got Magnussen and Grosjean still kind of key. Oh, Grosjean's following now. But Magnussen's up to 4th. Magnussen is up to 4th. I'll try to get a better vantage point here. Magnussen is up to 4th here. And actually trying to make a pass for 3rd. Looks like Roman's kind of locked himself into 7th, which is fine. We'll fast forward a little bit. But we are solidly in 4th and 7th right now, so I'm not going to complain about that at all. Go a little faster. But we got Verstappen taking the lead from... He started 4th on the grid, I'm pretty sure. So that's good for him. Bottas had a bad start, it looks like. Oh, we've got some penalties for Hamilton and Perez. That is very interesting. So that might take out one of the big. Looks like Stroll's the one that got hit by that little incident there. Alright, so we're done with the first lap, so we'll bring things down to high and neutral. Kind of cool down the fuel usage here. We'll fast forward a little bit. Oh, we got a driver mistake by Grosjean. He locked up. Okay. We'll move forward a little bit. Hamilton might not have gotten a penalty after all. Maybe he got a time penalty. Well, Kevin just locked up there as well, which is going to be very typical in the rain. So we've got to be... Oh, Lance Stroll crashed, but no safety car, so we'll move on. We got to be very careful when we decide to go on to dry tires. That's going to be the big kicker here, I think. But honestly, we're fourth. We got a Ferrari behind us, so he'll probably pass us realistically. Same with Bottas, but Hamilton actually has a mechanical issue there. That's what that little symbol means. And there's still a question mark of whether he has a penalty or not. He might have a time penalty, but I did not see that come up. Is there anything in the data center that says such thing? No, I don't think so. Okay. Well, actually, commentary feed. Nope. Okay. Alright, moving on. Alright, we have reached lap 7. We are getting to a point where dry tires might be an option. I'm going to wait a little bit because it does look like the rain's going to start up again. But dry tires might be an option. As you can see, Lewis Hamilton just pitted for dry tires. So I'm going to wait for this little spec. We're going to push on the tires because we're going to be coming in soon-ish. We need to go medium on the fuel. We are burning a lot of fuel right now. And once this rain stops, once we see that those two little dashes go away, I'm hitting pit road. We got worn tires, yep, I know. Right now, stop. Do we have enough room to double stack? No, we don't. Actually, we might. So we're going to double stack. Can we make it to the end on these tires? The answer is no. So we will start here and then we'll go on ultras at the end. Fast pit stop, please. I think we have enough room to do a double stack here. We'll do that. Don't need to fix anything. Fast pit stop. And we will go. So attack. I'm not going to need these tires anymore. Alright, we got Kevin in, and he's out just in time for Roman to go in. That is perfect timing, fellas. Perfect timing. We will go neutral, so that we don't burn out these tires. And let's see, we still got a bunch of people out on the intermediate, so we might be able to make up some time. We'll see. Still a little damp. Oh, we do have some rain coming at the end, I'm just seeing now. So these tires will make it to that rain period, it looks like. We'll keep an eye on that. But we've got almost everything sorted out. Verstappen still hasn't pit for dries yet. But once he does, I think we'll settle into either 4th or 3rd. Well, after we get passed by people. So 6th. 4th or 3rd or 6th. Alright, so I'll move ahead here, kind of manage the race, and I'll let you guys know if anything interesting happens. Alright, we got Vern has crashed, but again, no safety car, so we will move on. We're sitting 6th and 10th right now. Not really burning through the tires too much, but neither are they, so that's a little concerning. I think, but we are definitely going to go on intermediates by the end of this race, so I'll let you guys know when that happens. Oh, right after I say that, Sebastian Vettel has retired due to a mechanical issue. Okay, and we got Lewis Hamilton coming in for a pit stop. So that's not necessarily good for him, but it's great for us because Vettel's obviously out of the race, and Hamilton's coming in for an extra stop because he'll again have to come in right with the when the rain comes back out. So we will fast forward. The question is, will we we're still behind Hamilton. So actually that means absolutely nothing because he's so far ahead of us. But Vettel being out obviously does bring everybody up a position since he was either leading or in second. I'm not sure. But let's see. When's the rain gonna come? When's the rain gonna come? We have enough built up fuel that we're gonna go high here. Burn some of this fuel before the rain comes. And the minute I see the rain coming down there, where are we on track? We are in a decent position to pit. I'm going to pit with Grosjean for intermediates, but we're going to let Magnussen stay out one more lap because I don't know if it's quite intermediate time yet. So we will floor it with you. And we will keep Kevin out one more lap. He's past the pit road, so we'll set him in for intermediates. Brakes are looking a little worse for wear, but we only got 9 laps left, so hopefully that will be fine. But you should be coming on the pit road right now. Alright, perfect. Alright, he is in for intermediates, and everybody except for the Manor team is on regular. So don't burn up your tires right now, Roman. Meanwhile, Magnussen is coming in this lap. Third place right now, so good for him. He's coming in for intermediates right now. Good pit stop all around. Excellent, excellent. Alright. For 5th and 8th, we're the only one in the top 10 on the correct tire choice, in my opinion. I'm interested to see if the others decide to go on intermediates or not. You would think so. That feels like enough rain to go on intermediates, but I don't know. We will have to wait and see here. Verstappen actually just came in and put on ultra softs. Oh no. Is this not enough rain for them to put on intermediates? Because if that's the case, I'm going to be very sad. But we'll keep an eye on... Oh, but the pace is excellent. The pace is not an issue, so I definitely think this is the right call. Got the yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, what? I saw that. Romain Grosjean has spun. What's that all about, Roman? What are you doing over there? You're in a Renault sandwich, that's what you're doing. Something broke. Well, that's unfortunate, Kevin. You're going to have to stick it out. We only got 5 laps left, and 21% is enough to finish the race on, so too bad. Yeah, I'm well aware of this. Well aware of this. Oh, looks like my mom might have just done something. Yeah, looks like he's passing everybody. Again, we're the only one on the intermediate tires, which is very strange. I guess it's just not enough for them to come in for the back half of the field is coming in, but the front half isn't, which is frustrating. Sergio Perez just crashed. So that's a double retirement for Racing Point today. Yes, I know all about the brake conditions being... Oh, dear, it's at 10% now. You got 2 more laps, Kevin. You can make it. Yes, I know everything is broken. This is embarrassing, very embarrassing. What's embarrassing? Lando Norris... Oh, somebody just spun out in front... Gasly just spun out in front of Grosjean. Well, that takes away Kvyat, probably. Glad I caught that. But Magnussen's actually catching up to Valtteri Bottas here. But we are on the final lap of the race. We are very close on fuel, but we can push on the tires. We'll actually attack on the tires. But we'll keep it medium on the... Oh, Magnussen just spun. I saw that. So that takes out a podium position, most likely. Where's Grosjean? I don't think he's got anybody to battle. Nope. So it looks like a 4th and 6th, which is great. Hamilton just finished the race to win. Verstappen and Bottas on the podium, and we come with a 4th place for Kevin Magnussen, and hopefully, barring incident, a 6th place for Romain Grosjean. That is great. As he said, that's a win for us. Unbelievable. Great strategy all around. Great driving by the drivers. We were looking good even in the dry with qualifying, so I'm very happy with that result. Obviously, Vettel retiring helped us out a bit, and then Leclerc and Gasly didn't have the best strategy, so 4th and 6th is an excellent result for us, for sure. Alright, we got the scrutiny in, risk of rule break none. Now, remember I said at the beginning of the race Lewis Hamilton did have a penalty. Apparently he did serve a drive-through penalty, so I guess I missed that. But 4th and 6th, we got all these people retired: Lando Norris, Sergio Perez, double retirements for Racing Point, as I said, Sebastian Vettel, and Jean-Eric Vergne. But overall, great day there. We got 4th and 6th in the points, obviously, and we're 3rd in the constructors' standings. Remember, our goal is 7th. So even just getting a single point was... Williams got it. Hold on. How did Williams get a point? George Russell finished 10th. The world's gone mad. Okay. Moving swiftly along from that shocking discovery that Williams got a point in the first race of the season. That's about the same as Williams has got in the entire season. But let's see here. We've got this little ending screen here. Is anybody... We've got morale improvements all around. Chairman happiness is great. Marketability went up. That's going to be useful. Top 10 result. Marketability went up. Top 5 result. Marketability went up. So that's excellent. Excellent all around there. We got $2.4 million in the bank, so that'll definitely help us out with upgrading the car. There's the results there. We got F2 results. Lauderer, Buemi, and Timo Glock won. Again, fantasy series. They even got Team Penske in here. We've got Will Power and Joseph Newgarden in here as well. So, again, fantasy, not necessarily real F2 and F3 teams. But that's going to be it for this episode. Again, I apologize if it was a little long, but we had to get through all the introductory stuff. But if you guys want to see more, really hit the like button. Let me know in the comments. This is something I had been considering putting on my own channel, but I decided that I haven't really contributed much to the Team KAOS channel recently, so I decided that we're going to do that here. This is something I can record a lot of in a row, so we are going to do that, and I hope you guys enjoy. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and if you want to see more content from the entirety of Team KAOS, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. It really means a lot to all of us, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye.